Failure. The word everyone runs from. The word that makes most people freeze, hesitate, and quit before they even start. But you're about to see failure for what it really is. Your greatest mentor, your sharpest weapon, your most honest mirror. Pause. Let that sink in. You've been taught your whole life that failure is something to avoid. Something shameful. Something that proves you're not good enough. But that's a lie. A dangerous lie. A lie that keeps billions of people small. Because the truth is simple. Failure is the only path to mastery. Failure is the only real teacher. Failure is the only way you grow. You don't become strong by winning. You become strong by falling, learning, adjusting, rising. Again and again and again. Let me take you into the fire. Picture a warrior in training. He steps into the arena on his first day, eager, excited, full of pride. He swings his sword and gets knocked flat on the ground. He tries again and gets humbled again. Every hit embarrasses him. Every fall bruises him. Every mistake exposes a weakness he didn't know he had. But that's exactly the point. The failures showed him where to sharpen, where to strengthen, where to evolve. And each time he stood up, he became less afraid and more unstoppable. That's you. That's your journey. Every failure in your life has been shaping you, molding you, forging you. You just didn't recognize the gift inside the pain. Look at any legend you admire. Any champion. Any entrepreneur. Any creator. Any warrior. Every single one of them failed more times than the average person has even tried. Jordan got cut from his high school team. Jack Ma was rejected from 30 jobs. Edison failed 1,000 times before the light bulb worked. Rocky wasn't written in one draft. Stallone was rejected by everyone. These people didn't run from failure. They pursued it. They embraced it. They used it. Because they understood something most people never will. Failure teaches you what success cannot. Success only confirms what you already know. Failure shows you what you must know next. Let's get more personal. Remember the first time you tried something new. A skill, a business, a gym routine, a habit. You messed up. You felt awkward. You felt slow. You felt exposed. Your mind whispered, "You see? You're not good at this. Stop now." That voice wasn't you. That was fear. Fear protecting your ego, not your potential. Fear trying to keep you predictable, safe, unchanged. But growth lives on the other side of embarrassment. Strength lives on the other side of mistakes. Confidence lives on the other side of risking failure. Every time you avoid failure, you also avoid success. Failure has something success doesn't. Feedback. It tells you what's broken. It shows you what to fix. It reveals what's missing. It exposes your blind spots. Failure is data. Failure is direction. Failure is guidance. But only if you are brave enough to face it without fear, without shame, without ego. Think of a blacksmith forging a blade. He heats it. He hammers it. He cools it. He repeats that process hundreds of times. Not because the metal is weak, but because the metal is becoming unbreakable. Your failures are the hammer. Your failures are the heat. Your failures are the pressure that make you sharp. When you fail, two paths appear. One path leads to quitting. The other leads to evolving. Most people take the first, not because they're incapable, but because they cannot tolerate the sting of being humbled. But the ones who win, they are different. They take the second path. They use failure as fuel. They let it irritate them in a productive way. They let it wake something up inside them. That fire that says, "I'm not done. I'm coming back better." That's the mindset that creates greatness. You must understand something. Every master is made through repetition, and repetition guarantees failure. If you never fail, you never challenged yourself. If you never fail, you never stretched your limits. If you never fail, you never grew. There is no courage in perfection. There is no power in comfort. There is no evolution without collapse. The strongest trees grew through the harshest storms. The brightest stars were born from violent explosions. The toughest warriors were forged in brutal defeats. And you? You are becoming something powerful. Not despite your failures, but because of them. Let me paint a moment. Imagine you're in the gym. You pick up a weight that feels a little too heavy. You push. You struggle. Your form breaks. You fail the rep. Most people would panic. Most would say, "This is too much." Most would put it back and run to something easier. But the truth is, that failed rep is the most important rep of your entire session. It showed you the boundary. It revealed the edge. It told you exactly where to grow next. Your life is the same. When something breaks you, that's the exact point where you should lean in, not back off. If you want to build resilience, you must first break. If you want wisdom, you must first be wrong. If you want strength, you must first struggle. If you want mastery, you must first fail. Again and again and again. Because every time you fail forward, you are moving closer to the version of you that fears nothing. The world rewards the brave, the bold, the relentless, the ones who take a hit, wipe the blood, and step back into the arena. These are the people who become great. Not the naturally talented, not the lucky ones, not the perfect ones, but the ones who refuse to let failure define them. So hear me clearly. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the process of success. Those who avoid failure avoid greatness. Those who fear failure fear their own potential. Those who worship perfection kill their progress. But not you. Not anymore. From today on, you won't run from failure. You will run toward it. Because you finally understand what it really is. Feedback. Information. Direction. Training. A chance to adapt, evolve, sharpen. Failure is your greatest teacher. And every lesson it gives is priceless. One day, you will look back on your biggest failures and smile. Not because they were easy, not because they were pleasant, but because they were necessary. They built your backbone. They built your discipline. They built your character. They built the champion living inside you right now. You are not defined by your failures. You are shaped by them. So don't fear failure. Welcome it. Study it. Learn from it. Use it. And then become unstoppable because of it. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I rise stronger with every failure, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will turn every setback into fuel for the strongest version of your life.